Hey Logan,
Yes, James?
would you believe we live in a time where you can't even buy these games anymore?
Nope. See, and that's the problem. If game developers don't want us to turn to emulation, if developers don't want us to turn to emulation, they gotta provide these on readily accessible things so that we can purchase them. We want to pay for some of them. We swear we do, but they just don't let us. Also, Gradient. That reminds me of something.
It reminds me of a little game. A game that Konami made way back in the hello, who the hell are you?
Hello, old man Pickle. Okay, if Matt was here, he would make how this looks kind of like this was the super comic guru in his college years.
Yeah, before he gained all the weight.
Yes,
But yeah,
and the Vic Viper.
the man himself. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our little look at on what I like to call Konami's ReBirth series, a triad of games that pretty much brought an old IP and well brought them back for the newer generation while using more old school technology, most notably the soundtrack.
I need to like get in the habit of remembering that, like, because I've always known him as Vic Viper, the ship. I need to remind myself that it's James Burt who's the pilot.
Well, to be fair, the only thing you remember from the game is the ship, not so much the guy driving the thing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our first game of this little look at Gradius ReBirth, the first of the ReBirth games. And I mean, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I think this is like my first major exposure to any Gradius games, not counting Parodius.
That's fair.
So,
Yeah, you
for
gotta
those
go
of
for
you,
that.
for those of you that have never played a Gradius game before, it's a horizontal shooter where it all relies on a power-up system, which whenever you grab onto an item, it's basically stored into your ship until you press a certain button, and once you press that button, you gain that power-up.
Yes, so there is a sense of choice of what power-ups you want to get, and there is some strategy. Some levels you'll want bombs in order to attack things on the ground. A lot of times you'll want lasers or options, or orbiters, I think they call them options, in order to to increase your firepower. Hey, that's Metal Gear from frickin' that robot's Metal Gear from Snatcher.
Really?
Yeah, those three red things. His name is Metal Gear, and he was from Snatcher, a sort of point-and-click adventure game that Kojima made.
Interesting. And I also noticed that right next to that Metal Gear was a custom-built Wii console. Because, that's what this was on at the time before, Nintendo pulled the plug on letting you buy stuff on the Wii Shop channel.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't even know if the service is still around.
Probably not. Snatcher, I think, was a PlayStation game.
Snatcher was on a lot of things. It was on Sega CD. I think it got a PlayStation port, Saturn port maybe.
I'm trying to remember which one's the best one, but I know there was a really good one. Yeah, there's Metal Gear again. And yeah, it does look like a Wii. But yeah, I remember it had like full voice acting. It had a lot.
You might be thinking of Police Nuts?
No. Snatcher had voice acting.
Oh, right.
They both did, but like English voice acting even. But yeah, I mean, the problem with trying to do that as a, oh, I love this soundtrack.
Oh yeah, no, like the ReBirth soundtracks in general, like they go full out on the arcadey sound, and it's like it makes you feel so
There's our
nostalgic,
boy.
even though it's clearly made much like past that time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and just quick on Snatcher, I've debated. I mean, it would probably be not a problem to emulate, but just okay. So we got. Gonna take a speed up. Speed up is good for dodging at first. Like I usually get like 2 speed ups before I stop.
Oh yeah, but do be wary though. If you rely too much on powering up your speed, eventually you'll get the option to speed yourself down, and when you do so, you'll go right back to square one.
Because sometimes you don't want to be so fast. It can get pretty hectic.
Well, yeah, it's just that if you don't know that the first time, it's like, oh my god, I want speed, and then you turn that on, it's like,
Nope.
Oh,
Because there's a lot of strategy to it here and there, but controls are pretty simple. You want to maximize your mobility, attack orange enemies if you can to get power-ups. Oh, nice. And
yep.
Other than that, yeah, Gradius has been a big part of my childhood with shooters and stuff. I wish laser. There you go. I wish Gradius could have made a cameo in freaking Galaga. The mobile game, but I will.
Well, to be fair, that's a Namco game. This is Konami.
I know.
I mean, it would have been kind of cool if they collaborated every once in a while, but otherwise, yeah, that's all you really got going for it.
Okay.
Out of all the ReBirth games, I will say Gradius is the one I've had the least amount of experience with, even though I did buy it right when it was out, because I was like, this was around the time when I was really on my emulator high, and I played all sorts of games from Konami. It's like, God, their games are so freaking awesome. And then we get to this point in time where they start making these ReBirth games, and I mean, apparently it was originally going to be like a very full-fledged series. Like, unfortunately, all we got was 3 of them, and well, again, that's what I'm going to be showing off. I think the last one I heard that they were going to do before they scrapped the entire thing was for a remake of Jackal.
Oh, okay.
Which I've never heard of before, so for those of you in the comments that have played it, let me know how that is. Oh, yeah, of course. Typical of a Konami shooter, there's plenty of slowdown.
Also, this tune here usually plays when the mail ship, or it's like a bonus. This tune usually plays when a bonus ship happens. I'm getting a little nervous there because be warned.
Oh God! Oh God!
Oh, the core.
By the way, would you believe this is my first time ever actually reaching this far into the game?
Really?
So I was actually able to dodge that with no problem, and it's like, even though I don't know, that seemed a little too close for comfort.
So the way all cores are destroyed is you have to first take out the little shields in front of its little blue core, and then... But yeah, this is why laser's really helpful for this.
Yeah, it's essentially a it's kind of like a piercer.
Yep. Almost. Also, I'm getting a little nervous because Vic Viper is very fragile against enemy projectiles.
Oh yeah, he can only take one hit before he goes kerblooey.
It's essentially a bullet hell in some areas.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Gradius is one of those games where if you're by your lonesome and if you get axed off, you have to restart at a checkpoint.
And you keep none of your power-ups anymore.
Mm-hmm. So you're practically pro bono.
Yep, you gotta collect them all again. Oh, I'll be speeding.
Ah! Fuck! Now I know how Sonic feels when he put on those shoes that one time.
Yeah, I usually try to keep myself around speed up 2 or 3. There you go. But
yeah, I
mean,
you don't want to go too fast because, like Logan said, Vic Viper is a fragile little shit. It's not even just enemies; like he can't even touch the floor without spontaneously combusting.
Right, and the best way I could describe why you would never want to be too fast, it'd be like if... Oh, I guess we're stopping our look at on Gradius for now, but it'd be kind of like if you increase the sensitivity of your mouse or your camera way too far, because then you have to be super precise. It's a mess. Anyway, what's next?
Alright, so coming up next is... hello there. Oh, not awkward fade in. Hello.
He's like, am I supposed to be here? I think I'm lost. This is definitely not...
Where are my pants?
Oh, he is
confused.
confused.
This place? Oh God, he isn't really any pants.
Good night.
Good morning, kids. Bill Reiser?
Bill Reiser, Contra. What's that? Is that my name?
Contra...
Yeah, it's Contra.
But where's his teammate?
You'll see him. You'll see him eventually. It's just, yeah. What a nice time. What a nice place to wake up to, right? Completely pantsless and inside one of those cocoon thingamajiggers.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I'm noticing Bill now. He reminds me with the bandana on. He reminds me a lot of actually one of the male protagonists from Metal Slug.
Marco?
Yeah, that guy with the red bandana, the same red bandana, only it covers like his eyes or he has such long hair.
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it was a white bandana, but I get what you mean anyway.
Wow.
It's now time for the legendary Contra to be reborn.
So, yeah, I guess we should talk about that a little bit since, yeah, we're up to no one. So what was Konami doing with this whole ReBirth saga? Or ReBirth, you know?
Like I said before, they were just taking any sort of old IPs and just giving them some sort of updated touch to fit the specs of the WiiWare service, I guess. Because, again, that's the only place you can find them. And you know what? Now that I think about it, it's not unlike what they're doing nowadays, where we got Super Bomberman R during the Switch's launch, and we're supposed to be getting that other reboot of the game based on the International Track and Field series, or whatever that's called.
Uh-huh.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, is not one of my top picks for another Konami franchise to reboot, just saying. But
yeah, I'm actually, while we're watching the Contra thing, which again, another classic run and gun, I like to think that, apart from that other gun game we looked at the other day, this is another one of the huge inspirations for Cuphead.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, was there in this whole Rebirth thing? Was there any Konami series? There you go. Was there any Konami game that didn't get this treatment that you wish did?
Let me think of a few off the top of my head. There's Rocket Knight Adventures. There's Ganbare Goemon / Legend of the Mystical Ninja. I guess Frogger in a way.
That is, yeah. Holy crap! I haven't seen a Frogger game in forever.
Yeah, Frogger got a shit. Granted, Frogger got a shitload of reboots and stuff around this time. So I guess that's the reason why they didn't pick it. But at the same time, it's like I can only imagine how that would have been like, given the Rebirth touch.
You know, I'm totally now debating to keep in the tradition of me doing really weird meh games like Sonic 06 and other things. I'm now really debating if I should do Frogger: The Great Journey.
If you're bold enough to do so, then sure, go ahead.
I want to go on a magical quest from the fairy frog mother. God, that was such a weird
probably
game.
in a very subpar 3D platformer at that.
If it controlled better, I probably would have. The plot, as corny as it was, probably would have been easier to swallow had the platforming and just presentation of the game not felt so clunky and stiff.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's a good thing that they kept the Frogger brand alive with everything else afterwards. But at the same time, it's like there's just some things you don't do with the franchise, and just make it a subpar 3D platform. Oh God, hello.
Load up.
Get a load of that Nexus.
Freaking aliens.
But and just like that, I destroyed it with my laser beams. I didn't even need the spreader for that, but I'll use it for here.
Oh, but that was just the first phase.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's actually really cool. Its wings burnt up in the atmosphere upon re-entry. That's huge. So,
yeah, like I'll give this Rebirth credit. Like I don't play it that much, but it's got some very, very over the top set pieces here.
Nice spread gun. Ahoy! Does the Konami code work in any of these games?
I don't think it does. No.
Okay.
I mean, that would have been an interesting attention to detail and a little adorable robot.
Yeah,
thing.
what's up with the weird freaking lolly robot thing?
I think she's supposed to be like your support unit or something like that.
Brownie.
That's her name. I will admit, I never got far enough through this game to see. For she too is a Contra.
Okay, developers, whatever you say.
Run away!
Also, look, it's Dr. Venom in the background.
Yeah, I see it. It's like, oh, good thing you saved the little girl.
And you almost shot her with 5 spread shot rounds. Also, yeah, with that's an awesome sprite work in the background.
Oh yeah, no, like they. Actually, it should also be said, the Rebirth series was actually developed by this one development team named M2. They're mostly responsible for all these sorts of reports and like good reports and everything of such games. Like, are you familiar with the Sega 3D Classics collection on the 3DS?
Yes.
They did all that, and they actually, I actually learned that they also did work on the Mega Man X Legacy collection.
Huh. Also, wow, I guess no intro, we just jump right into this one.
Yep, we're going right into the one I actually play the most, Castlevania, The Adventure Rebirth. Probably the most awkwardly said title in the history of games.
Yeah, what is The Adventure? Whoa, jeez, that's Castlevania 1, 2, 3, 1 again.
So, the whole thing about Castlevania Rebirth is that this is actually supposed to be a reboot/reimagining of the Game Boy title, the Castlevania Adventure, which stars one Belmont who calls himself Christopher. Now, unlike the original Castlevania Adventure, which neutered a lot of things from regular Castlevania, this one re-implements all that and then some. So, if you want to play a Castlevania Adventure that actually feels like an actual Castlevania, here you go.
So this is not Metroidvania. This is like pretty much just OG linear. Oh, nice chamber.
Yep, this is a classicvania in the purest sense.
Oh, nice. Yet it has all the nice, pretty animations of frickin'. It frickin' looks like Symphony of the Night at quality.
Sort of. I mean, I would say the only thing it's missing is the after images behind our Belmont here.
Oh yeah, the Belmont strut.
Yep. Only no strut worthy of a man. No other strut is worthy of a man named Belmont.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you know what? I'll give this over other Castlevania games. They don't rip everything straight from the Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. I am.
All the sprite work in this is original.
I am still looking forward to. Okay, so this final power-ups on a timer. Okay, I'm still looking forward to Bloodstained. I forget. Are we doing anything of that little like, I don't know, like alpha, like teaser demo, whatever game they're doing?
You mean?
Yeah, the blood.
You're talking about Curse of the Moon, right?
Yeah, the one where like it's not the official Bloodstained game, but it's definitely like something to tide you over with.
I did record that game. It's just a matter of when Matt and Hype have the videos first.
All right, the other Castlevania boys. Oh, mm-hmm. That is fair.
I did record everything. It's just a matter of whenever they get around to downloading it, because their internet is never good enough to watch these things raw.
No, I don't know if we've ever gone into full detail about that while they're not here, everybody, but usually, unfortunately, due to certain circumstances differing for the two of them, but still regardless the same, their internet is not the most stable. So whenever we're having a call, in most cases, whenever we're having a call, usually on Discord, that alone is already taking up a lot of their internet access. So in order for them to then watch the videos that we usually upload to YouTube before we we record them, upload to YouTube, and then we watch it back again to do these wonderful little commentaries you hear right now. Their internet usually can't handle it, so that usually requires them to, before we even do our little session, they have to download the video files, allowing them to be able to watch it just on the comfort of their own computer, not having to worry about buffering, moving power back.
Oh, hey there. Nice to see you again from Castlevania 1.
That's about it, though. So, in case anyone's ever wondered why it's a little tricky for us, there you go. Why it's ever been tricky for us to have one or both of them in a video, for instance, this one, that's usually why. We apologize.
Yeah, and in this video's case, I've had this on the back burner for months now, and well, even then, I've never got around to downloading it, or Matt for that matter. So it's like, we're just gonna go ahead and do this now while it's still fresh in my mind.
But
just in time too for that announcement of the second season of the Castlevania Netflix show, which I'm so looking forward to.
That has been handled very well so far.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Have you seen this? Have you seen the trailer yet?
Yeah, not the season 2 trailer yet, but I saw most of season 1.
Oh well, that's good. And I mean, they're pretty much upping the ante for this one, and even though it wasn't shown off in the trailer, they actually got a couple other familiar faces on board this time around. I'm actually surprised they didn't get Grant yet. But are you familiar with the PS2 game Curse of Darkness?
Yes.
The main protagonist of that will be in the show.
Oh, nice. I was actually curious because I'm not the biggest expert on Castlevania, but I was actually curious. Is this a fully original story or based on any game or pre-existing story?
The Adventure ReBirth? Well, it's...
this one I meant like that in the Netflix show.
Oh, the Netflix show. Okay, no, that one's based on the third game.
Oh, okay.
Dracula's Curse.
Nice. Okay.
It has Trevor Belmont, who's the protagonist of that game. It also has Sypha, and of course, fan favorite Alucard.
Yay.
For some reason though, they still haven't added Grant, and I'm not sure why.
It must be. My guess is they're holding on to for the big reveal or something like that.
Maybe.
God,
I mean,
stage
it's kind of funny considering he is essentially like the other amigo of the Castlevania 3. Well, technically 4, but
I was supposed to be like, geez, I thought the Vampire Bat was the end of season. I thought the Vampire Bat was the end of stage 1. We're still going.
Yeah, we're still going. I feel like I'm still missing something. Must be my imagination. Oh well, tally-ho then.
I think if you crouch and hit your head against that wall, you summon the tornado.
I swear to God, I just.
You gotta watch out there. That first step's a doozy.
I know, right? I don't just hate those kinds of games where the immediate you move to a screen, you don't even realize that the gap, like the platform is so small, you end up falling down the pit.
It is a horrible curse that we bear. In order to obtain a tremendous power as the Belmont Strut, you need to fall like a freaking rock the second you don't fall normal speed, you just nosedive.
What a horrible night to slip off the edge.
Jeez. Okay. But yeah, looking forward to Bloodstained still. It looks like it's going to be going a nice, if not Symphony of the Night, then definitely like Curse of the Moon or whatever that one Game Boy Advance one was called.
Circle in them?
Circle them, thank you. I don't know,
Well,
it
yeah,
looks like...
they're basically making it another Metroidvania, which you can be fall into that category. Okay, here's our boss, a giant freaking eyeball.
I see what you did there. Ah.
Ah. But yeah, he's honestly not too hard, though. Do be wary, though, because after a while, he starts shooting other eyes from his...
Out of the eye.
Ugh.
Okay. I heard you like eyes with your eye.
That's something I don't want to imagine anytime soon. Like, if anyone else had the power to do that.
As long as it doesn't grow teeth like the ones in Terraria, I think we should be fine. Those ones are creepy.
Ah, yeah. Or, you know, freaking Wizro from Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, yeah, Wizard. Yeah, that guy's weird. Oh, jeez. Freaking platforms.
If
It's
only
not
I
Mario.
had Whiskey's pistol on me.
Die.
Ah, well. A good old whip will do just fine.
Whoa.
Aw, no explosion. I felt
Get it.
betrayed.
Get it? Nice.
But I'll
You
take
got
the Orban style.
You gotta. Alright, so... Yeah, so... And now, I know we're only showing off these three. Were there any others that we missed, or are these all of them?
This is all of them.
Oh, okay.
And like I said before, like... I mean, unless you already own them on the Wii Shop channel, there's really no other means to buy them, so... If you really, really want to buy them, play them nowadays, you're gonna have to settle on emulation.
Which, again, Konami. I wouldn't mind buying one of the... I wouldn't mind buying the Greatest Rebirth, but you gotta make it available to me.
Yeah, I don't see any harm in like repackaging them for the Switch or something as a 3-pack.
Right, because thinking on, I don't even think the Wii U and Wii Mode allows me access to the Wii eShop.
On the Wii U, no, it does. It does.
Oh, it does? Oh, okay. So I guess I could play it that way. Okay, I could do that then. I will.
Did you buy them?
I don't know. Maybe off the record.
Well, if you didn't, then you're shit out of luck there. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm JamesmanXtreme.
I'm Lucky Jack 20.
And see you all later for what other kind of shit Konami might spew out. Totally not survive though. Fuck that shit. Till next time, guys.
Bye.